Along with Brahma, the creator, and Shiva, the destroyer, Lord Vishnu is one of the three main male deities in Hinduism, and they are together known as the Trimurti. Being a part of the Trinity, he has taken 10 incarnations, and the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu or the Dash avatar are the several forms he took whenever the universe was in turmoil. Each of Vishnu's avatars had the same purpose, which they achieved by different means. This divine purpose was the restoration of dharma or righteousness and to save the planet and the good people from the hands of evils, demons or asuras. Matsya was the first avatar of Vishnu in Hinduism. The Great Flood finds mention in Hindu Puranic texts like the Satapatha Brahmana, wherein the Matsya avatar takes place to save the pious and the first man, Manu, and advises him to build a giant boat. Lord Matsya is generally represented as a four-armed figure with the upper torso of a man and the lower of a fish. It is said that during the Satya Yuga, the people on earth had become irreligious and disorderly in the way they had lived their lives. This is when the gods collectively decided to flood the earth and prepare it for the process of renovation. Lord Brahma, the creator, had been given the guidelines to remodel the earth by Lord Vishnu. These guidelines were the Vedas, the four principal books of Hinduism. Lord Brahma decided to rest before this grand task as he was quite tired from the process of creation. At this time, a horse-headed demon named Hayagriva, not to be confused with Lord Hayagriva, the avatar of Vishnu who is considered as a symbol of wisdom and knowledge, came out of Brahma's nose and stole the Vedas from him. Then Hayagriva went and hid himself deep in the oceans of the earth. Meanwhile, a pious king named Satyavrata, who was a great admirer of Lord Vishnu, regularly worshipped Lord Vishnu and wished to meet him. So Lord Vishnu decided to pay a visit to Manu. The story, according to the Matsya Puran, goes like this. At the beginning of Satya Yuga, King Manu ruled over his subjects with benevolence and kindness. One day he was bathing in the holy river and offering his daily prayers to Sun God when all of a sudden he heard a weak voice asking for his help. He looked around and found a tiny fish asking Manu to give it protection. The fish spoke and pleaded its case. It said, "O great king, you are big and strong. But once upon a time, even you must have been small and helpless. You lived in a safe environment that gave you a chance to grow and reach your potential. I am a little fish in a big and scary river. The bigger fishes in the river cause me to fear my life every moment. How can I grow in such a hostile environment?" Manu was deeply impacted by the fish's plight, or maybe he was just stunned by hearing a fish articulate so well. Whatever the reason may be, Manu made a promise to protect the fish. He named him Matsya and brought him back to his palace. In the palace, he found a bowl for Matsya and ordered his servants to take good care of the fish. Under such hospitality, the fish grew at an unprecedented speed. Soon the bowl, which was once huge for the fish, could no longer contain him. Manu then moved the fish to the palace pool. Within a few months, even the pool was no longer sufficient. Manu then ordered the construction of a new bigger pool for the fish. When Matsya found out about Manu's intention, he was touched beyond words. Matsya then told Manu that he is ready to go back to the river. By now, Matsya was probably the biggest fish in the river and thus had no danger from other fishes. Manu had grown very attached to Matsya by then. He said that he would miss their daily conversations. Matsya too confessed about the attachment it felt towards the kind king and promised that they will still meet at the river at least once a month. So Matsya was set out free in the river, and for several years they met every month. Matsya continued to grow, and one day it informed Manu that it can no longer live in the river comfortably. It had to travel to the sea and explore the world. Manu supported this decision since he wanted what was best for his long-time companion. But Matsya did not miss Manu's sadness due to impending separation. Matsya then disclosed a very disturbing fact to Manu. It told him that they would meet one more time. It told him that soon a flood is going to come and the sea levels were going to rise and engulf all the land, destroying all the life in the process. Matsya then told Manu to build a large boat and get ready for the day that happened. Over the next several months, Manu focused all his energy on building a boat strong enough to survive rough waters. When the day came, Manu, along with scholars and a variety of grains, took shelter in the big boat. The water level kept on rising for what seemed like an eternity. Eventually, Matsya came and asked Manu to tie a rope around the boat and give him the other end. Matsya then dragged the boat towards the high mountains. When they reached dry land, Manu and his companions decided to settle there. Using the grains they managed to save, they started growing food again. Soon, other animals who also survived the flood found this dry land, and Manu's empire flourished again. Matsya returned to the depths of the oceans, and it is said that he is still growing there. While many may find it difficult to understand the deeper meanings of the story, it is believed that a fish, being the first incarnation of Lord Vishnu, refers to the evolutionary fact that it was the aquatic life that first came into existence. The story, as most from Hindu Puranas, must be treated as a parable if we are to derive any real meaning from them. The small fish represents the descent of Kundalini, the serpent of awakening, which starts out as small but soon outgrows every place it inhabits. The fish, the awakened knowledge, is what later on saves the fate of humanity. The flood symbolizes the Maya, the delusion of the materialistic world's desire, and how it threatens the existence of our very peace. The boat represents our consciousness, something that can only be saved through awakening from the destruction that waves of the flood cause. The 7 great scholars represent our 7 chakras, the centers of knowledge in our body. The boat is taken to Mount Hemavan for protection from worldly desires, to help us rise above them in order to gain truth and peace. Mount Hemavan represents our head, the highest center of knowledge. Once your Kundalini is awakened, it frees you from all your worldly desires and foundation. In short, the story of Lord Matsya is a parable for the awakening of greater knowledge within us. It is the story of self-enlightenment. I hope you love this. Thanks for watching. Om Namo Narayana.